What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. We are actually coming to you from the Moscow Comedy Festival here in Idaho, and I have my guest Landry is here.
What's up?
Yes, welcome.
What's up?
Thanks for doing it.
Of course.
I did not know until you walked in that you normally don't do podcasts.
I don't normally, but I was excited. I even bathed.
Good, okay. We feel honored. Yes. Well, yeah, honored to have you, and you showered, so even, look, don't take this one for granted. Well, we like to start the show by letting everyone know that you have made good decisions. So, very funny stand-up comedian. You are the winner of the Boston Comedy Festival. Mm-hmm. You are also the World Series of Comedy winner, which is a huge competition. You have a dry bar special. You've been doing stand-up for a long time. You're in Vegas now. So
I'm in Vegas, yeah.
You can see him in Vegas quite often, or, touring all over. Idaho, if you're lucky. So, you've done plenty of great things, especially with stand-up. But that's not what this show is about.
Here we go.
That's not what this show is about. We are here to focus on the negative. No, we want to hear some bad ideas. So we just kind of went over the criteria. It could be anything. Is there anything that kind of popped into your head?
I've made some decent business choices in the comedy realm, but in my personal life, I've made some substantial fails.
Okay, that's good.
Probably the worst thing I've ever done is to bring a girl home to meet my family. I think that was the biggest mistakes I've ever made.
In general? Or?
Yeah, no, just one girl specifically. It just kind of opened my eyes to how my family felt about me.
Oh.
And so my mom's a bit crazy. She's a little bit she likes the sauce a little bit.
Okay.
And I was dating this girl. I loved her, she was awesome. I brought her home, I was excited. It was the first girl I ever brought home to meet my mom. So I'm nervous, but I'm like, okay, she's super cool.
How old were you at this time?
I was 21.
Okay.
21, 22.
Yeah, okay.
We danced together in the same breakdance group, so we had we were mutual friends. I was like, we really clicked, and I was like, I want my family to meet this girl. So I bring her home, and first off, can I just be as bold as I want on this? Can I just say
absolutely.
whatever? Okay,
yes, yeah.
All right. So I bring this girl home, and we walk in the front door, and my mom's standing at the top of the stairs, and we're walking up the stairs. I said, Patara, this is my mom. Colette, this is Patara. And then my mom goes, yeah, this is my son who came out of my pum-pum. And I was like, wow, out the gate, Mom?
That's how you greeted her?
No, that's what my mom said the first thing.
You're like, you're like, oh, hi.
God.
Just a reminder.
But this is my mom. It didn't surprise me, but she was mortified.
Did you warn the girl a little bit before?
I did, 100%.
Okay.
100%. I was like, listen, my mom's probably going to say and do some weird
She's
stuff.
going to mention her
You're the first person.
So.
I think she knows where kids come from,
Mom.
She's got a pretty good idea of it. So I'm like, this is already derailed. It can't get any worse. So I said, let me go take a shower because I'm going to bring her to a family reunion. And I go upstairs to take a shower. And when I come downstairs, the look she was giving was we need to leave now. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, we need to go. And I was like, oh, okay. We get in the car and she's like, your mom is, if we ever have kids, they're never allowed to be with your mom alone. And I was like, what happened? What could possibly go wrong? I was up there for 15 minutes. She goes, well, the balcony door was open and there was a cold breeze coming in. And I was like, oh, it's a little chilly because she wasn't wearing socks. And my mom went over and closed the door and then proceeded to crawl on her hands and knees over to the girl I was dating and then warm her feet with her hands. And you gotta understand, she's known my mom for 15 minutes.
Right.
It's very weird.
Well, and coming to someone else's house, there is always that thing in your head where you're like, well, maybe that's just what they do, Oh, let me just.
They're so sweet.
I don't want to be disrespectful,
That's hilarious.
She's rubbing my feet.
Here's the thing.
You're
I
like,
hate
oh,
feet.
I'm good.
I hate feet, even my own. But if somebody, a random person, like
you're just like,
I would kiss the person who invented socks. I don't like feet. They disgust me. So if someone had come over and rubbed my feet randomly, not only would I be kind of weirded out, but I'd also think that they're the grossest person ever.
Yeah, I don't like. Why would you want to touch someone else's feet? Sometimes I will touch my wife's feet, but that's it. You know, like, and that's like.
I feel like that's an obligation.
A bad day, yeah.
That's a
kind of
contract.
Thing. It's not none of that. Like, it's not going near my mouth or
That
anything.
exactly,
You know? Like,
exactly. I've had girls be like, "Yo, suck on my toes." I'm like, "What? No."
like, it makes me think of my mom.
That's so yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. You bringing back trauma. I can't do the toes. I had a roommate, Kirk, in Atlanta. He was the doorman at the Punchline Comedy Club, and he loved feet. That was his thing.
One of my best friends has like a foot fetish.
The foot fetish was serious to the point where he's like, man, it's like a nicely painted toe. You know, it's like it's like sucking on Skittles. And I was like, dude, stop it, man. You're just gross.
That's not food either. My friend, I won't say his name because he probably listens, but
he knows who he is.
He, like, you will meet the girls that he's dating and you're like, I don't really understand, like, any, like, you know, like there's no real physical pattern on who he's attracted to or like personality even.
Right.
And he's like, no, I just look at their feet first. Like they're like completely different women or they like don't even get along really, but he's just like,
wow, but she got a nice
she got
arch.
nice feet.
She got a good arch. I know she's in a neck brace.
That would be hilarious if he was really into like the foot health though. He's like,
right.
Yeah, he's like, this is good. Her gait is normal, you know, like, oh.
Her second toe's shorter than the big toe. Like it's not that
heel
weird.
Strike is at the right point or something.
That's a real foot fetish that I could actually get behind. If you're like,
there's some science behind
There's some
it.
science behind that. You know, the first time he goes on a date, he has her step on that little pad and just to see what she's working with.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, just step on this.
You could just step on this.
This.
That's like his doormat, so you can just see everybody that comes in.
That's a serious foot fetish.
But yeah, some people really are into it.
Yeah, she was not into it.
You don't like it. And
no.
Then, this is a weird question, but has your mom ever like rubbed your feet or like anybody else in the family? Like, was that a normal thing or was she clearly just like...
You know what? I think I do remember her doing that with us as young kids, like super young kids.
Yeah.
But not to another adult. Let alone
Especially
a stranger.
someone you just met.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what my mom does. I don't know. That could be her thing.
Do you think that she was like, what do you think she was doing?
My mom is a nurturer.
Okay.
I honestly feel like she thought she was doing her
like
a
she
favor.
was actually being nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly think that my mom, she's not really socially well. Like she doesn't handle social environments well. So
Okay.
I feel like in her brain she was doing a great thing.
Got it. She was like, okay, the cold feet, let me help with that.
Yes, but she didn't do the math. She didn't do the math on the situation. You know what I mean?
Then how long they had known you. That's the best part. I'm trying to think of what I would do in that situation as the girl. Like, did she just leave her feet there? Like, I would probably be like, oh, I'm good, thank you.
No, I think she just was panicked and froze. And just let her. There's no telling what my mom could have done to that girl at that point.
And that's a big thing of my personality is like, I can do it. Don't do anything for me. You know, like I don't need. So that would probably be easy for me to be like, oh no, you don't. I probably wouldn't have said anything in the first place that it was cold. You know? Like,
yeah. Which is cool. Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm very Canadian in the sense that if I'm in a place and I'm freezing, I'll just take it.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, it's okay.
It reminds me of home.
I don't want to inconvenience you with blankets.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's good. And you're always wearing socks because you don't like your own feet. So that's good.
Yes, socks, slippers, you name it.
Okay. So then, what was her reaction in the car?
She was pretty panicked, and I was like, don't worry, she's just weird. But then I'm going to bring you to meet the rest of my family now.
Okay.
Just understand.
You're like, well, since this went so well, here's the rest of my family.
I honestly didn't think it would go any worse because my mom is the weirdest person in our family.
You're like, so we got that out of the way.
There's only one way to go. There's only one direction to go. So we pull up to the reunion. Nobody knows I'm going to be there. It's a surprise. So my family's pretty large. We got my grandma had 7 kids, and everybody had multiple kids, and it's probably a good 40 people in the backyard.
Yeah.
At my uncle's house, and I walk around the gate with my girlfriend, and I walk up, and everybody's just happy to see me, and I'm introducing Petard to everybody, and then my Aunt Chris comes up to me, and she goes, "Oh, it's your girlfriend? I go, yeah, it's my girlfriend. He goes, it's like, oh, we all thought you were gay.
Just
and
in front of her.
literally in front of the girl, like she's standing right here. And I go, what? First off, you could have waited till after dinner to tell me that.
And not right in front of her and all. Yeah.
And I'm like, is that what you guys say when I'm not here? Is that why grandma's always praying when I'm walking? That she's running through the rosary like the rapture is coming? Like, is this how you guys talk when I'm not around?
Yeah, no, you're like, I don't want to know what else you've been saying.
So apparently up until I was 21, my family thought I was gay. Because I hadn't brought any girls home to that point, but then they just proved why I didn't bring anybody home.
Yeah, you're like, hold on now, this is why.
This is not me, this is you.
You haven't brought any girls or boys home because you
I
guys
haven't
are
done
make
both.
it weird.
I haven't done either.
Yeah.
I haven't done either.
Hadn't done either for that reason.
No, I haven't brought another person home since then.
Really? Since then, this has been the only
My
time
mom's
that you
never
tried?
met anybody else I've ever dated. And it scarred
Like,
me.
Look, the feet thing, never again.
Yeah,
I'm not chancing that.
Because it's happened to my sister too. My sister's brought home guys and she's just like, oh, what a train wreck. I go, you know better than that.
Right.
I did it first. It's not gonna get better. She's older now. She doesn't click with modern society.
That is an interesting, like, because you feel obligated to introduce whoever
You want to.
Yeah, you want to.
Yeah.
And that's, for most people, your family is important and you want them to like the person that you're with if you're intending to like marry them
100%.
or stay with them.
Yeah.
So you do feel like you have to, but if it's like you just don't know how it's gonna go, or if it's gonna make some sort of rift, between you and your partner.
Right.
Not that, I mean, honestly, it could have been bad in a different way, like she was mean to her or something,
Sure.
Just weird as a little.
Yeah, it's the risk you
but-
got to take. And my brother just had that. My brother just got engaged. My younger brother. So he's like 14 years younger than me. He was a mistake. But he's a great
I'm sure
dude.
you tell him that.
Yeah, he's a great. I do tell him all the time. But he had an engagement party. So his fiance, her family, and then his immediate family. So it was me, my brother. My sister lives in the States. She couldn't make it, and my brother's parents, and then her parents and her brother, with his girlfriend. And my brother was so nervous because it was the first time.
Really? And they were
his
engaged?
parents, the two parents would meet.
Oh, the parents would meet each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the first time.
But your parents had met her before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's been in the family. Like they've been together for a long
But
time.
I would like the idea that he was like, I'm just gonna wait until we're already married for you to like
That's
meet my
hilarious.
parents.
Engagement party. This is my
Yeah,
girlfriend. We've been together 8 years.
Right.
This is my fiance, mom.
Yeah.
So he was so nervous that we actually had to go for walks and stuff because I was home and he's just like, man, I don't know what to do. He's like, I don't know if I should tell them how it's gonna go, and I'm like, nah, man, don't preface it.
Yeah.
Because then they're gonna be looking for it.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens, but just let it flow. He was so nervous to the point where they actually made name cards for where everybody could sit.
So they would sit
and they would he
next
was
to the right.
positioning people in a certain area. So of course he puts me next to the barbarian because
You can wrangle her.
I can wrangle her and I can make jokes
Yeah.
about I can dampen the what she
tension,
says,
yeah.
the tension, yeah. And I go, don't worry, man. She's awkward, so she's not gonna say anything. Like if I know my mom in public settings, she's more quiet around groups of people.
Yeah.
She's just not comfortable around
Right, get her
strangers.
one-on-one with someone though. then we're
One-on-one,
in
she'll talk
trouble.
your ear off, yeah. But like a group, she's very, introverted. And so the whole night, I basically did crowd work and I just did crowd work and I ran the whole table and I talked the whole time. We ate food, but I was like cracking jokes and making fun of people and roasting, people at the table. And I got home and my mom goes, I'm so happy you were there because if you weren't there, nothing would have been said. She's
Like everyone would have just
it would have
sat there
been
quiet.
just quiet. You could hear a pin drop, but I'm just like, yo, let's have fun with this.
So you're right. That's funny that's so interesting that she's kind of, I don't even know, goofy.
Yeah, she's goofy.
But if you get around too many people, then it just like kind of shuts off. Like she gets quiet.
Yeah, she gets super quiet. She's one-on-one, my mom will talk your ear off. She's like, she just loves to like have conversation, but like in a group, nah, man. Like especially straight. I brought her on a cruise one time, and they sat us at a table. It's like when you go on a cruise, they just sit you at a table randomly. It's
Right.
like a wedding almost, where
Yeah,
you just, you might know a couple people, but you don't know everybody,
Yeah.
and you have to like introduce everybody. And my mom, it was a 5-day cruise, and I don't even think we lasted 2 days in the dining room. My mom's like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Stay in the room.
We need to get out of here. I don't want to talk to these people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting more like that in my older age.
Are you?
But yeah, and where I have to like save my energy up during the day sometimes to then like do the show and then talk to people afterwards. Like if I don't do that, then talking to people afterwards doesn't go very well.
Interesting.
It doesn't go very long. It's just like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
I feel like it's part of the job.
And maybe that's it, because if she's kind of like a people pleaser, I'm a bit like that too. So it's like,
It's exhausting. It's taxing.
Yeah, you're like, am I doing this? I don't know. I would leave after shows and be like, I think I said something weird. You know, like that's like.
I don't think I got to follow
I've never
her.
rubbed anyone's feet, but I.
Not on shows.
Can be.
Come on, that's extra. I'm not going to tell you
man.
jokes and rub your feet.
That is just an added like dimension of why you would be nervous to introduce people to your family. Not like you would be nervous anyways, because you're like, oh, I want them to like them, whatever. But then you're like, oh, I want them to like them, and for my mom not to do anything weird. So
Yeah.
it's like, and it's not. I mean, she seemed concerned when you came down the stairs. Like she obviously didn't like, oh yeah, she's just being weird. She was like, no, I'm uncomfortable.
There's definitely a chemical imbalance of some sort with your mother, and she literally said, if we ever have kids, they're never allowed to be alone with your mom.
Yeah.
She literally said that to me.
So obviously that didn't put the best taste in her mouth. She was like, oh.
After 20 minutes, when you come to that conclusion, some things were done.
So as you're dating after that, do they like meet again or?
No, we broke up. I moved to a different country.
Okay.
So it just didn't work, obviously. But yeah, we talk every now and again still, and she still reminds me, remember that time?
I met your whole family in one day. And
Yeah.
Weird.
And it was just really
that's
weird.
the other part. I don't know why family members do that sometimes, where they're like, they want to embarrass you in front of the person. So it's kind of, oh, we didn't know he would ever be with anybody.
Right.
Oh, we thought he was gay. Oh, whatever. Because I was single for a long time, like 8 years, and like my cousins were in long-term relationships, and then one got married and stuff, and so my grandmother would be like, oh, on our family vacation, nobody can bring a guest unless you're married, right? You can't. That was the rule that she made, and then she'd be like, nobody can bring a guest unless you're married, except for you. If Monica, if you want to bring somebody, if you find someone, you can
Please bring
somebody.
Please.
Which is kind of true, because then when Aaron and I started dating, we were like, oh, this is the rule. Like, you can't bring anybody to Chelan until you're married.
Yeah.
And then 15 minutes into talking to my grandparents, they were like, so if you come to Chelan this year, like they immediately invited her, and I was like, oh God, okay. Nice. Well, that's good, but that's good.
That is good, her. Yeah.
But yeah, my family's, they're weird and funny and stuff, but they're people pleasers. They want everybody to like them.
Sure.
So it's not, in fact, there's one person that was like, dating into the family or whatever, and she just didn't like us, and we all didn't really know what to do.
Oh, wow.
Like, she didn't think we were funny, which is kind of our redeeming quality. Yeah. And, like, we didn't know what to do to help it, and you could see everyone just be like, I don't know what to do with this girl. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny. But they're very, whatever, they're nice enough so that they.
Yeah, my family.
We've all tried more, because we're like, oh man, we got to make this.
We got to make her like us.
We got to make her
She
like
has
us.
to like us.
Yeah.
Is she there? Is she there still?
Yeah, she married.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't scare her away or anything, but still, sometimes you're like, I'm not sure if she likes being here.
Still, or just at the beginning?
Still, but I think she has some like social anxieties too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like just a big group of people, and we all get along so well that it is difficult to kind of gauge your way in.
That is a
maybe.
major thing, because I used to have friends that I used to bring to family reunions. My family was super tight. Every weekend we had a barbecue, and it was it was like every weekend growing up. I remember, and we just all bring our friends to the barbecue and stuff. So my friends were like, "You guys do this often?" Like, they're like, "I've never even seen 6 of my family members this year." Yeah. And I go, "Yeah, we do this every week." And it was like it was baffling to them that the family would get together like that.
We would we bowl against another, like, some of our family lives in Oregon, we live in Washington, so we bowl against each other like once a year. And so we would we would practice like once a month, right? We'd go someplace to the bowling alley, just like my uncle and aunts, my grandparents, my cousins,
Nice.
and Aaron at first was like, this is one, bowling is like one of those weird sports where you're like, your family bowls, and we're like, yeah, so they're actually pretty good at it, you know?
Yeah,
like, it's just an awkward, well, they're good at bowling and golf, which I just think those are the sports you can drink during, so I think that's
that
why.
helps.
Yeah.
And darts.
They're good, yeah, darts.
Pool.
Any of those things you can do while drinking.
Yes.
Like, excel. But yeah, we were just, you know, she didn't have that experience of like, oh yeah, we have extended family that we all get together and stuff, so that seems like it adds pressure when bringing someone in, you know, like.
Yeah, maybe it's my fault. I should have just did the mom one time, and then
like,
just like
we'll wait for
like individual family
people.
members.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody one at a time. It is tough to start with that feet thing. But
I should just
still.
wait. Yeah, we'll go to my grandparents next. They'll ease it out. She'll cook you breakfast. It'll
there
be
you
good.
Go. That's it.
And
That'd
then
be
we'll
more.
go to my uncles who are animals. My uncles are the funniest people I know.
Really? Yeah.
They should all be comedians.
I say that all the time about your uncles. No, about my uncle and my grandma. It's like, yeah, I'm not the funniest person in my family.
No, I am not for sure.
By far,
yeah. But I can just do it in front of strangers.
Yeah.
They like to do it in front of, for the family or whatever.
There's certain things. Yeah, my uncle, and he used to do like little sketches when he was younger. And
Really?
just like, yeah. And
Nice.
it was weird. Like we have like sayings in our family from like sketches he did.
What?
As a kid, because grandma thought they were so funny, you know. Me and my cousin used to do that too. Like we'd film sketches.
Nice.
I'm like horribly embarrassed by them and would never, whatever. But it was like it's in there, you know. Like the comedy is in there, and
100.
I think I was just the one to decide to do it. You know?
Yeah. Now, did you want to do comedy from a young age?
I always loved it. Especially stand-up, like I would just watch stand-up, probably like 13, 14, like I was watching a lot of stand-up, but I was an athlete and that was like what I was gonna do.
Right.
You know? So, but then I got hurt and that's how it worked out. I said that happily. Then I got hurt and that's how it worked out.
ACL, sweet.
I broke my ankle and played on it and then I couldn't play anymore. Anyways, so it was definitely in there and I had been writing jokes before I got hurt and stuff just because I thought that would be the thing. But yeah, they're funnier than me. And maybe that was part of what took a little while because I was like, well, I don't think I should be the one doing this.
Right. Yeah. But they prepped you. That's what it was. I was prepped my whole life.
There you go. Yeah, you got some funny uncles. And so that's it. Okay, so now, if you do this again, right, you introduce, would you do it? Or how would you do it differently, I guess?
I don't even know if I should say this on camera, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Okay.
So my mom is very close-minded. She's not open to a lot of the world in regards to like lifestyles and religion and stuff like that. So if I was to bring another girl home, it would probably be to film it as a farce, just to make her head explode. Just put like a hidden camera in the kitchen and just see what she says after I leave.
Got it.
Because I know some things will be said.
Well, no matter what, it's going to be something some story.
It's going to be content.
So yeah, it's going to be good content no matter what. Okay. Well, all right.
So that's my next move.
Yeah, I guess. And then for the rest of the family, maybe not all at the same time.
No, not all at the same time. I'm gonna piece it together. I mean, yeah, we'll do a little at a time. Maybe a wedding. A wedding is a good atmosphere to bring somebody because if you hang out with them the whole time.
Too. I thought you were like, well,
just do that at the wedding. I think you know what you mentioned. That might be the move.
Yeah, might be.
You're gonna meet her at the wedding. I'm not
You're
gonna
gonna love her.
I'm not gonna let you ruin this for me until afterwards. Okay, until she's contractually obligated to stay.
I like that idea. Okay. Well, I feel like we learned a lot. So that's good.
We did.
Where can people follow you or find your live dates or anything like that?
Comedian Landry on everything. Okay. Comedian Landry. Landry like laundry without the U. I'm performing tonight in Idaho. I don't know how fast you're posting this, but with a very funny comedian, Kristen Key. She's fantastic. I haven't seen her for so long, and I love her.
Well, that was great. Thank you for doing it.
Of course.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe. We also have YouTube memberships if you want some behind the scenes stuff. In fact, one of these episodes didn't record properly, but I'm going to give it to the members anyway. So go ahead and do that. Or if you listen, then rate and review, subscribe, all those things. But right now, you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.